Greetings, Dan Daniels here. This is a demonstration of a little bit of problem solving for small business owners. Well, let's start with the stated problem, which is I need to know who my competitors are. And in this case, I'll say my business is public speaking training. It could be anything, though. I could be, my business could be tarring roofs, or it could be repairing or cutting down trees. It could be trash removal. Any of these services, any of these business models, doesn't matter. But in this case, we're going to focus on public speaking training. So who is offering the training? I want to know who they are, how much are they charging, what's the format, is it online, is it offline, is it a combination of those things? And I'm using what is referred to as, I believe it's George Polya. Yeah, George Polya went on to create a book called How to Solve It. And I am using his methodology here to help solve this problem. So moving on. George says that we should understand the problem, we should devise a plan, we should carry out, and we should look back. So I want to understand the problem. The problem is I don't know how much to charge. So how much should I charge for X? In this case, X is public speaking training. So I need to know what my competitors are charging, right? I also need to know, for example, how much are the average consumers willing to pay for X? Now we get into another entirely different problem with this. As soon as you start to ask for solutions for a problem, you discover that you have more problems than solutions. Very nature of life, is it not? So understand the problem. I need to find out who's offering training. So what I will use, obviously, is I'm going to search the internet. Now, I use Google. I could use DuckDuckGo. We've got lots of options here, but I'm going to stay with Google because, well, when we use Google search, it introduces a new problem. And in this case, let me show you what that problem is. I'm going to take my search, public speaking training. There it is, public speaking training. And then I'm going to run that search. Now, what I got are literally hundreds of thousands of hits. 69, nearly 700 million hits. And the couple at the top are clearly ads, and then I get into some other stuff. But what I need to do is be able to process all these and tag them to figure out which one is worth reviewing more. So I could open up each one in a tab and then look them over individually and see what I need. However, I have another solution that I have come up with a very talented programmer who has come up with a slightly different solution that eliminates the cons in terms of, as stated, all of those pages that I opened up. How do I tag them? How do I identify individual pieces of information in them? And ultimately, it's kind of hard to share some of the results that I find. And what Horst has done is created a little Python script that will take our Google search and allow us to open the search results in another user interface. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm at the terminal here. You won't have to use the terminal, obviously. You'll have your own graphical user interface, and I'll make it even easier by showing you what I'm looking at here. So here is the search script. I'm going to use that one. So open in terminal and Python 3 working Google search. And it's going to prompt me for a number of data points. So I'm going to put public speaking. Let's go with that. Com, and it's going to search the total number of sites, 100. I don't want any more than 100. I'm going to pause in between searches at least 5 seconds, otherwise Google will complain. And I'm going to stop after 100 sites. So let's just make sure that we are using the same search term, because I don't want to public speaking training. I don't want to pollute the results. Public speaking training. And let's go for submit. Here is what has been submitted to the search, and what it's going to generate is a document called public speaking training. Click OK, and it's done, if you believe that. And right there is my search result, public speaking training exported search CSV. And now I'm going to open that file in Horst's search tool, which in this case is right here, Python 3. And now it's going to prompt me for the search results. So I'm going to browse. And it's not in the Horst search. It's right here. And I'm going to open the file. And there it is. So what we've done is we've taken the search results and loaded them into a Python user interface. This is PySimpleGUI. And now what I can do is, just by looking at the URLs of these sites, I can tell that there are a couple that I'm not going to be interested in. For example, do I really want to use the sites from Coursera? So I'm going to select all of the sites that are clearly university sites or online sites. I'm going to tag these as A. And I'm going to set them as A, which is going to make them true. Now, A in this case means that they are some sort of online university. So edX is also an online university. And React to Training, Skillshare is an online site. Their pricing is going to be a little weird compared to mine. And uschamber.com, Indiana Inc. All right, so I've got most of them, Coursera. And I think that about covers it for Coursity sounds suspicious, but these are the sites that are offered by Coursera or Ed2Go, actually. And if I wanted to, I can just open up these two sites by opening web browser, and you'll see that it immediately goes and opens up the site, and I'm looking for pricing information, but the pricing information is not obvious. So I might go back to my spreadsheet and say, here for edX, I need to add a comment. So comment would be no pricing info. And I should be able to hit enter, and I click on set comment, and there it is, no pricing info for edX. And now that I have this information, I can go through and do the analysis of these various sites. So I'm going to shut down these. Well, let's see, what do we have? Public speaking courses. This one also, Coursera, doesn't have automatic pricing information, so I'll just close those for the time being. And just to remind you, what we are working on is easy to tag the sites and easy to share the results. So let's take a look at some of our other results. Okay, that looks UNEDU is clearly a school or some sort of university. So I'm going to put those. I'm going to put that as a university. IE.edu. I think that's Udemy is already true, so that should cover it. Now I click on A. Again, I've just tagged all of these. Coursity sounds suspicious. Let's take a look at Coursity. Okay, at least here we've got free speaking courses, so that's actually quite useful information. So I click on the tags and I say free, and I set the comment. I click on comment, and now it says free. So I think that, and let's open up this one, and again, open in web browser. Okay, so this looks like it's for children, very much for children, not necessarily my target audience. They do have free classes, but this is mostly for children. So I'm going to go back, and Academy for Public Speaking, I'm going to tag that one as for children. And comment. All right, let's check out this one as well. Allison, that sounds promising, right? Okay, this is a free course. I've never heard of this. Mobile friendly. All right, that's good. So here's another free course. So I can go ahead and tag this one as free, comment, and now I should be able to select comment for free. And they're the two of the sites that offer free sites, free information. And now, as I said, I want to be able to share this information, easy to share the results. So I'm going to share this information as a CSV. So let's go ahead and export to CSV. And I'm going to call this free sites. Click Save As. And I'll go ahead and put it into the search tools here. It didn't pick up free ps.csv. Save. Click OK. The file has been written. Click OK. And now let's go take a look at the results. There it is, free PSV. I'm going to open it with LibreOffice. And here we go. Click OK to open that file. And you can see that it has exported the CSV with the comments and the URLs. So if I wanted to continue this research with another person, they would have the CSV to begin working on. All right, thanks for watching. And again, we have solved the problem using our step-by-step process. Understand the problem, devise a plan. In this case, this Google search is clearly very powerful, but it doesn't allow us to tag or share those results easily. And so we have resolved the search by creating an application, using an application from Horst to easily tag sites and then share those results. Of course, with every solution, you possibly introduce new problems, which in this case is you have to install Python 3, and you have to have Google Search Library installed as well. But aside from that, I think we have, for our final steps, we need to look back and check and make sure we have solved the problem. The results are clear. We do have the free sites, which if I'm trying to sell something, knowing that somebody else is selling it for free makes my price point and value question slightly different. I've also need to assess the workflow to make sure that it's easier, namely use of the A, B, and C columns and exporting of CSV files. All in all, I'd say this has been very, very useful. This again is a product of Horst Jens, who spent a lot of good energy to produce a very useful tool. All right, thanks for watching and happy computing.